Hey everybody, welcome to week 26. I am 26 weeks and 3 days. I've been doing pretty good. Symptoms for these last week is heartburn. I just mentioned in, I think the week before last week video about how it wasn't having any heartburn yet, but it is here. It doesn't matter what time of day, it doesn't matter what I eat, what I don't eat, which of course all I want this pregnancy is spicy food. So anything I eat has to have some type of kick to it, so that's not good at all, because my esophagus and my chest and throat and all of that just feels like it's constantly burning. So I'm not happy about that, but it's a minor thing to deal with. And what are the symptoms? Oh, breast tenderness, and my breasts are growing out of control. I don't know what these bad boys are going to look like by the time they get milk in them, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to topple over now. And the milk isn't even in. But I did have some leakage. I had some of the little clear colostrum come out. So I was glad to see that everything is producing well enough and stuff in there so far. So of course with the heaviness and the growth, I could pretty much tell that anyway. But I found out my baby shower is going to be on October 27th. I believe, yes, the 27th. So I'll try to record, have my hubby or somebody record for me, just bits and pieces for y'all to see. But if not, I'll get a lot of pictures, because I want him involved too, so I don't want him stuck behind the camera. So I'll see if I can find a volunteer, and if I can, then I'll do what I can. So, what else? I registered at Babies R Us already, but I can't find my registry when I looked online, and the email that I know that I used for the online login isn't working. So, I mean, it's just an excuse to go in there, because I really don't need a reason to go in there, but, you know, if I have to re-register, then, you know, that's great. Because it gives me a chance to reevaluate, you know, from 12 weeks to now. That's a, you know, you might have a difference of what you want and things like that. So I'm going to go do that. My gender reveal is still coming up. I promise. We just can't find. And it's so frustrating because it's just a little item that we can't find. So I'm hoping that I can find it at Babies R Us and another store that somebody told me they had seen some of the item that I need at. So that's the hold up, excuse me, on the gender reveal video. So yeah, and I've been getting pretty fatigued again lately, because my energy was back, and you kind of take it for granted when it's here, because now everywhere I drive I'm like, okay, stay awake, you're on the road, please don't fall asleep. So I guess it's gonna be back to naps as soon as I get home from dropping my husband off, and just naps whenever possible, because I am constantly tired these last 3 or 4 days. So excuse me. Anyway, so yeah, for those of you who haven't, please follow me on Facebook. I opened a different Facebook than I had previously, because I had a page. Now the personal one, it's a personal type of page, but it's a page for TTC related item information anyway. But I am able to update a lot more, so you know, y'all can see some of the little small stuff that goes on, you know, at random. And I've been working on a lot of crafts. I have done some cloth diapering. I've opened the Etsy store. So I have a lot of little stuff on there that I don't remember to share on a video, and just, you know, those random thoughts and things that go on in your head that you're like, I'm gonna post this. So, you know, there's a lot of information on there that y'all can get, you know, more updates that I don't really put in the videos. So I don't want my videos to be extremely long because it takes them so long to upload. So yeah, so I'm gonna put a link below to my Facebook, and just like it there, so that, you know, so that I can get to know y'all as well and chat with y'all and things like that. So what else has been going on? Not too much. I just was thinking last night that I was feeling so tired and so miserable, and I had heartburn so bad, and I just was like, just stop thinking about it as a negative thing. Like, if you hadn't conceived and had I not gotten my tubes untied, I would have been going through much of the same symptoms, but worse, without knowing that there's a beautiful gift, there's a treasure that is coming to me, you know, that this is just a small detail of what beautiful blessing that's gonna come from, you know, this little bit of discomfort. So I just want to forever remain grateful. We conceived pretty early in our journey. Even though while I had my tubes tied, I was still going through as if they were untied. So I understand completely for the ladies that, you know, are still trying to conceive, or that it took them a long time to conceive, because even though my tubes were tied, I said I'm going to treat my body as if I am pregnant, just so that, you know, not so as if I was trying to get pregnant, because I wanted, by the time we got our tubes untied, I wanted to have everything down. Like, I had been charting for 2.5 years or more, so I charted for a long time, knew my cycles very well. That's when I started knowing that due to the tubes being tied, I started getting PCOS and other things going on, because I could tell, because my charts would be pretty easy to identify all the things that were going on, and then some months they weren't, and I could tell just by the way I was feeling and blah blah. So it was almost like, because we were, you know, doing OPKs to make sure I was ovulating and make sure my body, because that was just a way for me to keep up with my hormones and to see if they were in balance without going to the doctor all the time, because it would be futile to go to a OB because my tubes were tied, so we couldn't actively conceive. So, but we went through the motions as if we were actively conceiving, even trying to conceive, even though we knew that, you know, I wouldn't get pregnant until I got my tubes untied. So part of me feels like that's what was instrumental in me being able to conceive quickly after my tubal reversal, because I had my reversal in February of this year, and my last menstrual period was April. So it took me, what, 2 months, which you already have to wait a little while so you can heal. So the first month you can't even try to conceive. So, well, you can, but you know, it increases the risk for ectopic pregnancy and stuff like that. So we really conceived the first month of truly trying. So that was just, I was so shocked, and that's why I think it took a long time for this pregnancy to sink in for me, because I just could not believe that it was possible that we conceived, period, and that we conceived that quickly. But I do think it was because I was taking my prenatals for all that time and being very careful with what I was doing, and like I said, just treating myself as if we were trying to conceive, because I wanted to know everything. I gained so much information, so much insight from the different women I talked to and who are actually, you know, actively trying to conceive, and you know, to where I feel like I got my body in a good place, you know. And that was about 2 years worth, because we were gonna do it and then we like, no. I was like, no, because my husband, he was very supportive, but I kept saying no, and he was like, babe, just do it, you know, just do it. And I would be like, but I'm gonna be taking this amount of money from my family, because it's $6,400 to get reversed, because doctors feel that's a cosmetic surgery. Even though you have proof of the decline in your health since your tubes were tied, they do not recognize that. So anyway, just while I'm on that subject, for any of you women who are thinking of tying your tubes, please, I'm not going to say don't do it, because that is your decision, but please research, because it is simply not worth it. Every woman that I know in my life that had their tubes tied, whether they had them tied 30 years ago, 20 or 5, they're either on hormone replacement, birth control pills, or do not have a uterus anymore. And those 3 were neither one an option for me. Plus, after I had an ectopic pregnancy, and after that I mourned for that baby, and it made me want another baby, even though we felt done at number 4. But the bad things that came from that, you know, getting them untied and having the risk of getting pregnant again, I mean, that's not even a risk to us, because we love our kids and we were happy to have kids. So anyway, I'm rambling about that subject. My battery light is blinking, so it's gonna cut off on me in a second. But yeah, I just want to say that I am and hope to remain I haven't hit the miserable stage of hugeness yet, so y'all remind me if I need it. But I'm so grateful to be in this state. I'm so in awe of this journey, and I am so grateful, so very grateful, and I'll take this and much more any day for, you know, the beautiful reward that I will receive if everything goes well with my little baby. So yeah, but y'all have a good day, and I will update y'all soon.